Yeah, you know, I remember Freeway Ricky, he touched on this in one of our early interviews where he said that black gangs usually don't get very big because it's usually just a group of people without a hierarchy.
Yeah, when you talk about a Crip gang, you know, you're talking about 30,000.
Right.
A Blood gang, you know, 40, 50,000. So it's a difference. And then, you know, each segment might have its own leader.
Yeah.
So who's the shot caller?
So you're saying that when you look at other gangs, there's actually one person at the top who's commanding the entire operation. And you just don't have that in black gangs from what you've seen. Okay. You know, but as someone who runs a company and who leads a company, I understand that my skill set is very different than some of my employees.
Right.
Now, I can't do certain things that they do, and they can't do certain things that I do. And over time, I've become a better leader, and I've learned how to conduct myself, and I've learned how to negotiate certain things and so forth. Why was there never that in the gang structure? Because some people are just more level-headed than others. Some people can strategize better than others. Some people are getting better at getting money than others.
You had that. You had that aspect of it. Organizing, let's say, drive-bys. You had guys that do that. You had guys that knew how to hunt people, you know, do drive-bys without the reckless driving and all that bullshit. It just wasn't, we sat at a table and let's conduct this happened, we need everybody to go whoop wham bam. We didn't have a leader. Everybody did their own thing. Those cats that was making money made more money than some of us. Some of us was mad at the cats that was making money because they wasn't putting in the hood. So we never had it never became an organization. If it would have, we'd have been big. We'd have been good. I think it worked out best that way for me because I damn sure wasn't finna take no orders from nobody to tell me who I need to do or where I need to go. So it worked out good.
Well, Suge kind of became a leader in a way.
Leader of what?
You know, I think Greg Kading touched on this, where basically, although Suge wasn't Mob Piru before, once he came in with all the money, he essentially became a leader of Mob Piru in a way. No?
Totally different. Suge paid people to do certain things. Didn't make him a leader of the Mob Piru. Suge wasn't calling meetings and all the homies came and congregated. Suge wasn't when he came through the hood, Suge was looked at a superstar, like, oh, that's Suge Knight, that's Death Row, woo woo. They looked at that. They didn't look at, oh, that's the big homie, all the big homie with the business, and never that. You know, so Suge Money was an influence for all of those guys and everybody to come in. So without the money, you're nobody. You just Suge Knight. Lived in the hood. Never gangbanged, never did nothing. So a leader? No. He had Death Row. He had the homies working for Death Row. And he paid for the services of us, which everybody thought was cool and accepted what he gave. He was never a leader, a shot caller, period.
Well, I had Melvin Farmer on my show. He was one of the founders of the A-Tray Crips.
Okay.
And he says something interesting. He feels that the Crips and Bloods are anti-black organizations. And they also were one of the forces that stopped the civil rights movement.
I don't know. I don't know what to say about that.
Meaning that when you look at the track records, the Crips and Bloods usually commit violence towards other black people.
Yeah. Yeah, and oh man, we fighting. This is my opinion. We fighting against ourselves, and we fighting others. We are the biggest cause of black men getting killed. You can say the police and whoever you want to, but just think about it. Every day, we losing a 15, 14, 13-year-old, 20-year-old black man because another black man killed him.
You just lost your cousin.
Just lost my cousin.
And he's how old?
20.
20 years old.
Yeah.
He was in his neighborhood?
No, he was going to a liquor store on Crenshaw and Rosecrans. And
was that rolling 60s?
I don't know who hood that is. I don't even go that far down. Okay. But anyway, he was just going in the store. And the guys walked up on him and shot him. And, you know, everybody be bitching, and I'm talking about black people. Everybody bitching and crying about this and that, but you need to stop. We hurting each other so bad, and this is one of the reasons why I'm glad to do what I'm doing now, to get these cats to understand. We don't have to live like this. We choose to live like this. The way I was living ain't living. You know what I'm saying? And now that I understand it, it may be too late. I'm 55 fucking years old, but we killing ourselves, man.
A 20-year-old that's minding his own business.
Minding his own business.
Two guys, I guess, walked up to him.
Walked up to him, got him down.
I mean, I don't know what happened, but you would think from the outside looking in, there's some sort of gang-related element of this. For why else would you just murder another person in a store where you know there's cameras? Like,
it could be all kind of situations. They probably know him. They probably say, "What you doing in our hood?"
You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that your cousin is a gangster. I don't know him. I'm not going to disrespect him at all. I'm just saying that when you look at the situation.
Yeah, he wasn't no gang member.
Right, but when you look at this situation, there has to be some sort of gang-related element for someone to get killed in that type of fashion.
Yeah.
A fucking 20-year-old, man, like... man, like...
I ain't even want to mention it because I don't want to... Every time I come on Vlad, but...
Man, like, he can't even legally drink yet.
He can't do... Well, now he can't do nothing.
Can't do nothing.
And it's just... You know, you got all of these guys out here trying to stop the violence. You know, we had the Kitchen Crips and the East Coast on the show. You know, they stopping that beef with the East Coast and the F-13s. You'll never be able to stop this shit that we started. This shit that the older guys created and we followed, and they gonna follow after me and follow after them. Man, you got me witch gone now.
It's sad, man. It's a 20-year-old just losing his life. Like,
it's crazy.
It's horrible. Did he have kids of his own?
No. And you know, I can't call... I lived that life. I lived the life of going out shooting people. I lived that life not giving a fuck if I killed you or not. I lived that life. So I can't sit here and be a hypocrite. I can't sit here and be this person and say, oh, they fucking up and they this and that. So how do I react to it? Man, we just need to stop doing what the fuck we doing. Because I realize that by hurting this person, whether this person was killed, whether this person lost a leg, whether this person lost an eye, I'm hurting your family, your moms, your pops, your sisters, your cousins. There's so many people affected by your death, my death. You know what I'm saying? And I realized that when my brother was killed. So many people cried. So many people in my family felt that they lost everything. You know what I'm saying? Because of the things that Alton was doing for them. You know, some cats in prison, you know, felt that, you know, man, we lost a real one. You know what I'm saying? So just seeing the effect that what this gun gonna do to not only the person you doing, but everybody else. You gotta want to stop.
Did they catch the 2 guys who did it?
No.
They're still out.
Yeah. Pulling up here, they were leaving the hospital. She had just identified his body, and I mean, it's crazy. It's